In the last few years, have started listening to a lot of audiobooks. A book that I've
Mhm.
read at least 2 times, maybe 3 times, is like You Can't Make This S Up by Kevin Hart. And it's stories about his life that he's gone through. It was a recommendation from Tim. I don't know if you've read it, Allison, but it's quite comical. Something that I think is very um, powerful in the book is that one of his mentors, Kevin's, as he's going and doing the tours, and he's a nobody at this point, and he's, in front of 7, 8 people. He's like, I'm funny. I don't understand why people aren't getting into this. This mentor of him, who is like a successful comedian, says something like, "You're not telling you're not telling personal stories. You're telling things that are funny, but they're not things that you've lived through." I think in business, there's a lot of that too. Finding that human touch is really, I think, if you could say it in an articulate way, it's like finding that human touch and telling that story is there. Is that something that you found yourself that's really important, or can you make anything funny?
I think that I can make anything funny, but I
Well, then Kevin Hart was wrong.
yeah, no, I think I can make anything funny, but I'm not saying he was wrong. But I am also, the caveat to that is I know that people think I'm funny because of my vulnerability and my transparency. So the fact that I think I can make anything funny might be irrelevant because nobody is around here, like, you're not nobody, but my fans don't say, man, oh my God, Allison is so funny because she can make anything funny. When people are like, have you heard of Allison? Like, yo, she is so funny because she talked about these very specific things that were relatable to them. So like
Well,
my
that's the key,
biggest
right? The being vulnerable, the relatable aspect of it is pulling it in. I guess
I don't think
that's
so.
important.
I think it's just strategic because you could be really like, I got one mentor who he would tell me about my missed opportunities when I do my content. He would say you always need to address something that the audience, everybody knows. So like he always will go through when he's going through the airport or, whatever he's going, or the big highway or whatever of that community when he travels, he's going to say something about that. Now that's general, but it makes it relatable. It's not vulnerable, but it makes it relatable. And in a lot of comedians' perspective, it's a requirement in order to bond with the audience in
Mhm.
that way. Whereas I always forget because I'm like, I write my material, I'm always in my head, super nervous. And it's a part of the growth process. And so I'm in the journey where I might forget to talk about what's right there in the room because I got these jokes that I just wrote and we gonna get through
Mhm.
this list in my mind and I'm gonna pause and y'all not even really here. Like I'm acting from beginning to end and I want to run away from you sharks. I just wanted to make you laugh and I don't want you to talk to me.
But you're
So
trying to
sometimes,
pull them in, and you got to do
right.
it in a way that gets them. So I remember, like, way back when, Tim, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but like when I started going on my circuit, I was trying to get basically um, some older folks to listen to me. And what I did was the business version of that, Allison, is I found out, and in this case it is vulnerable, but I tried to get everyone in that room to be listening, and I said, you all have kids, right? And they raised their hands. Oh, and your kids don't live here, right? Yeah. Wouldn't you like it if they would come back here and want to be a part of this community? And I had them all hooked because they were like, oh, I want my kids to be closer to me. Right. And so then I went on to some spiel and I told them why what I was doing was the greatest thing. But I was able to engage with the crowd and get all of those folks in there. It's a very similar situation to what you just said from that standpoint. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Tim.
No, if you can throw the website up there, Zach, for those that are watching, but the website is More Laughing, your last name laughing.com. And you truly have a calling. And
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate everything that you do and are continuing to do. And anyone that is just looking to book you to do some
Yes.
training, I
And so
encourage
listen,
them to do so.
can I just say one other thing before we go? This is where our friends might can see us. They might see us with me on the Virginia Natural Gas commercial. I am on that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But yeah, like she was
Oh,
the girl at the thermostat. I see it now. But so I have a TV show in the morning and it's a Sky 4 we went through and I'm going through the fundraising process and trying to get that back on TV, but it's a morning talk show and so it's like a merge of It's a little talk show, but a little like late night meets the morning, because I come out, I'm going to do a couple of jokes, but just this wake up on a positive note. We drink coffee and we talk about like we have these mindsets. So today we forgiving people all day. Like one episode was if they irritate road rage, we ready, we got it. It's like we have these pep rallies in the morning, right? And then I bring guests on the show. We have this time next year segment so we can pull like growth and think about where we want to be this time next year. So I definitely got to get you guys on the show when I get my show back. But so tell the audience, this is my proclamation, guys, that I'm working on it, especially in Hampton Roads, because I'm Virginia's comedian, and Virginia, I'm trying to be, Virginia's Oprah. But, help. If you know somebody, tell them, call me.
Are you crying?
But thank you, guys. No.
Did we make you cry?
Come across?
I mean, you were like, you seem like really like emotional there.
I'm an actress. What we're gonna have to work on your soft skills, Zach. So if you thought that I was crying, is that your way to do it? Like you thought I was crying and you said, "Are you crying?" I mean, it's like you're crying. Like, Zach, I know I can't be no punk around you.
How do I not say the person without saying who it is? Someone important in my life would say that I'm not funny at all, or that I was trying to pull something out of people. And that individual is probably correct after noticing many of the times here today that
I was thinking about that same thing, Zach. I'm like, I'm hoping that this person doesn't watch the last few minutes of this show, because that person would be like,
I know that person's not watching. Don't you worry. There is no doubt that person is not watching.
You were making jokes, Zach? So what was I misreading? Oh man, I don't want to be misreading, because that makes me feel like a terrible guest. I want to add value and be appreciative.
You didn't do a very good job.
Oh dang! Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Laugh there. The courtesy laugh. I get nothing.
That was a joke. These are okay. This is it. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna just, I'm not famous yet, so this might not even really work. Okay, clearly.
You can use me as a story. You should talk about this guy who.
I'm not. I don't even like to. I can't even do that. First of all, I talk about people when they die. So when you die, yeah. But that's why you on, because I can't take a chance to make you feel embarrassed. But this is what I want you to work on.
Embarrass me. Be like, there was this one time I was on this podcast and he thought he was so funny and he had a bad hair day and it was all this other stuff, and the whole time he was trying to make me laugh, and it was 64 and a half minutes, and I jokingly laughed once to make him feel good, and that was even fake.
Okay, but listen, I'm sorry, but this is it.
Yeah, I'm so not funny.
It's not. Yeah, maybe not. But here, I want to help you though. I can help you.
It's not me. It's you.
It might be. But if you ever want to try to make me laugh again, because then what is the objective? Then that's what you got to go to in the conversation. If the objective is to make me laugh, let me tell you how to make me laugh. Make it very clear that what your jokes are, they're not insults, because you be coming across like you roasting. So I'm like, like, I'm like, oh, say something else. Like I'm trying to get
okay. That's good advice.
If I already knew that, this was supposed to be nice and sweet, I'm not even thinking about being on my defense. Like, I'm like, so then we could go from there. But I didn't know, not only I didn't know it was a joke, I thought you were trying to fight. Like, I'm just like,
well, okay. So in your defense, where you're trying to be funny, this was not the roast of comedian Allison Moore. I just want you to know that. Thank you,
because I'm like sweating under my arms and stuff.
But
I'm
under
like,
the next episode, I don't know why
this host don't like me. Let me get a fan. Woo! So we need to sing our song. Thank you for being a friend, Zach. Now that I know he wasn't trying to roast.
This whole time she thought I was trying to roast her. I don't know if she's trying to be funny or what, but no, I wasn't.
See, and this is why people say I'm funny, because they'll say like, man, I was honest about the fact that I didn't know if this host is trying to play me or not.
Now you make me feel like, now I gotta feel like I gotta change my whole lifestyle about this.
No, we both gonna go back and watch this video again, and we are going to work with each other.
And be like, Tim's just over there laughing because he's uncomfortable about everything that's going on. This ping ponging back and forth.
She just laughed at your joke and didn't once laugh at mine. This is.
Okay, but listen to what he said. He said he was uncomfortable. I'm laughing at I don't think he's trying to play me. In fact, he just said he was uncomfortable. So it is a sigh of relief, because I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Zach, I'm so sorry. Just say something else, because I'm about to laugh at you.
I got nothing. I am in a situation where I'm speechless, which you don't know me, but if you did, you would know that that doesn't happen. And I feel like I've just been completely wrecked. And this is a scenario where I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to recover from. And this is about the feeling of this must be about as bad as someone creating a show on Netflix and no one watching it, because that's how I feel right now, just completely wrecked.
Well, no. Well, first of all, don't feel wrecked. And that's
don't-
not a wrecking situation. Somebody creating a show on Netflix and nobody watching, don't be completely wrecked. You got a show on Netflix. I mean,
That's
you
right.
could
You
be
get
like me
paid.
and be trying
They
to
were
get
paying everyone in 2018.
What do you? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that I don't know what the minimum salary is for Netflix, but I'm sure it can't be all that bad.
It's not all that bad. I heard of a person that I know who created a special. They haven't done anything with it, and he got $1 million from Netflix.
That's interesting.
Are you stuck at your home office, socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy, all bricked out corner office, wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at ZackMillerSays.com/Anomaly Academy.